As much as there have been many talks about Sarada getting new powers post-time skip, there have been less talks about Sarada having a healing ability which can enable her to spam her Mangekyou Sharingan. Why does she need a healing jutsu, you may ask? Well, we will be giving the reasons as to why this can happen. But before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As we all know, the time skip is here, and with it comes the anticipation for the leveling up of each character. In this case, Sarada. Before the time skip, we saw Sarada awaken her Mangekyou Sharingan. The next question we ask ourselves is, will Sarada ever get the Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan? And with it, will she get trained to become stronger? What powers apart from the Mangekyou Sharingan will she have? First things first, Sarada needs a trainer or a sensei to help her in learning how to use her Mangekyou Sharingan and also activate other jutsus. And since Daddy Sasuke isn't in the picture, it's left for Mommy Sakura to step in as a sensei for her daughter. And of course, in the time past, we've seen Sakura train Sarada in utilizing her brute force which she inherited from her. But that's not the only thing she gets to learn from her mother. What more Sakura can teach Sarada, you may wonder, considering the fact that Sakura doesn't have a Sharingan, so she can't teach Sarada how to use it. But don't let anyone make you believe Sakura is useless, because she's one of the top medical ninjas, having learned from none other than Tsunade, the head of the medical ninjas in Konoha. Sarada learning medical ninjutsu would definitely greatly help her because she can not only heal herself, but she would be of great help in battle. She would also be a big ally to Boruto if the need arises. Now, during the process of her learning medical ninjutsu, she can as well learn the Mitotic Regeneration jutsu, also known as Creation Rebirth, which is known to have been a forbidden jutsu associated with Tsunade, which was then passed on to Sakura. What exactly is this jutsu and how would it boost Sarada's powers? Just as the name suggests, this jutsu forces the user's cell division to speed up, thereby increasing the ability of the user to heal wounds quickly regardless of the severity. The incredible power of the jutsu becomes clear through its capacity to regenerate entire tissues and organs, even reattaching severed limbs. With a substantial chakra reservoir, the user gains a form of immortality while the jutsu is active. But inasmuch as this jutsu sounds too good to be true, it also comes with a great price, which is why it was classified as forbidden. This immensely potent technique comes with drawbacks, primarily a reduction in the user's lifespan. But regardless of the drawback, this jutsu is dubbed as the pinnacle of medical ninjutsu, and this is primarily due to its unparalleled healing powers. For Sarada to have access to this jutsu, she must have access to a crazy large amount of chakra, which is something an ordinary shinobi can't have. And to have this sort of huge chakra pool, Tsunade had to use the 100 Healings mark, which is a Fuin jutsu that involves slowly sealing your chakra in a concentrated spot on one's body. The process occurs over an extended duration, often spanning multiple years, similar to the instance involving Sakura and Tsunade. Once triggered, the seal unleashes its accumulated chakra throughout the user's body, significantly enhancing their skills and techniques. The seal is intertwined with the Mitotic Regeneration jutsu, since naturally possessing the necessary chakra for stimulating cell division is an unattainable feat. Upon activation, the body gains access to an ample chakra for a consistent regeneration of injuries. Yet the 100 Healings marks serves as a broader purpose than just the regeneration jutsu. Tsunade also harnesses the stored chakra to maintain her youthful appearance. So if eventually Sarada learns this ability from her mother, she can not only heal herself of every form of injury she gets, but she can also use it to store enough chakra for emergency purposes. She can also use this ability to be careless in her use of the Mangekyou Sharingan without fearing blindness, because it's pretty similar to how Hashirama cells were helping Obito not get blind while using Mangekyou. Using Mangekyou with Byakugo will help her avoid blindness completely, since it will constantly heal any damage done being inflicted with Mangekyou use, which means she can use it indefinitely. This can also enhance her ocular powers quite a bit, which will make her pretty strong. Probably strong enough to handle an imperfect Susanoo as well without going blind. Inasmuch as this possibility of using the Mitotic Regeneration gives Sarada a good advantage, however, there's a downside to this. The only problem is that she can only use this when her Byakugo is active, which means that she would rely more on her Mangekyou Sharingan. Constantly using Byakugo every time you use Mangekyou is also not an efficient way to fight, especially since she needs to recover a lot of that chakra as well to keep the seal, which doesn't happen so quickly. Also, she needs to store up at least 2 years worth of chakra before she can use this ability, so it definitely cannot be used all the time. Another downside to this is that healing by speeding up cell division, so the damage done to the eyes would still happen. If anything, it would cause her to go blind faster cause she will be using her eyes more without needing a break. Cells can only divide a limited number of times. Once they start reaching that limit, the damage that gets healed would get less and less. The eyes would get damaged and then heal, but instead of this happening over a long period of years, she would use the Mangekyou as much as possible when Creation Rebirth is activated. It would be similar to how Sasuke started going blind due to overusing his Mangekyou Sharingan so much, after only having it for a month or so, compared to Itachi, who didn't start going blind till several years after obtaining it because he used it more sparingly. Sarada would not need to take breaks to keep using the Mangekyou Sharingan, but without breaks, she will use it more and burn through the eye's lifespan that much quicker. If Kishimoto does follow this plot, he definitely wouldn't want Sarada going blind too early, so instead of making her rely on using the Mitotic Regeneration every time, she develops her brute force power. Since we don't want Sarada using her Mangekyou Sharingan too much, she can revert back to her base Sharingan and combine it with her brute force power. She can use her Sharingan to see through her opponent's attacks, which we've already seen her doing, but in a much better way. Maybe we will even get to see her combine it with her Susanoo. Seeing her Susanoo throwing massive heavy punches would definitely make sense. Some fans may actually look down on this power, arguing that it's quite useless compared to using ninjutsu. But might I remind us of taijutsu, because some people have forgotten what taijutsu really is. Taijutsu is the most basic form of techniques in the Naruto-verse. It involves use of the martial arts and the optimization of natural human abilities. Taijutsu utilizes the user's physical and mental energies to perform techniques, tapping into their train-derived endurance and power. Although chakra can enhance it, taijutsu mainly leans on stamina and strength, often foregoing hand seals in favor of stances and poses. Unlike ninjutsu or genjutsu, taijutsu doesn't typically require hand seals. Instead, practitioners use specific stances and poses. This combat style emphasizes swift, close-range actions, making it faster-paced. Essentially, taijutsu is a form of hand-to-hand combat. We've seen characters like Rock Lee and Might Guy using only taijutsu without any other jutsu, and they honed their skills to the extent that even their opponents with ninjutsu couldn't match up with them. Might Guy was even declared the strongest in Naruto by Madara, all thanks to his taijutsu skills. So when we see Sarada using her brute force slugging it out post-time skip, we should acknowledge the fact that Sarada is actually making use of basic taijutsu to attack her enemies. Having enough just plain old physical strength would be enough to allow her to damage Otsutsuki level threats. Another theory on Sarada power-ups would be her ability to use lightning release just like her father. Her father's talent in lightning release was able to help him keep up with Naruto that had Sage Mode, Kurama, and a host of other abilities all stacked simply with his own speed. If she can do that as well combined with her strength, she's going to be an absolute force. With these training and power-ups, we can definitely see Sarada holding a candle besides post-time skip Boruto and Kawaki. Do you think Sarada can bypass the dangers that comes with using the Mitotic Regeneration so that she can fully spam her Mangekyou Sharingan? Or maybe she should be given more power boost apart from her Mangekyou Sharingan? Do let us know your opinions in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.